disrespect the law, you disrespect me.
You have no knowledge of who you speak to. Go away.
Hail, companion.
Looking to hire? I can take you to any port on the coast. Good day.
Always use help. Honest pay for honest work. Until next time.
Positions.
Sorry, you need to go home. Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
his high king.
You betrayed us!
Best she know now, Advar.
Get on with it!
All heart.
Rogver, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torrig. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude. He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder.
Liar!
We beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all lords.
On this day, I go to Solitude.
I'm right behind you. Let's get going then.
Not right now.
We should have drawn it out some more. He deserved a slower death.
Feel free to make requests.
Some gate guard you were!
I expected more.
Good
Out with it.
bad rubbish, I say.
You wouldn't be a sellsword, would you? I have a little problem with consult.
I still can't believe he knew what
If
he
you're
was
heading to
doing.
the
Man
Blue
opens
Palace,
a gate
you
and
might
they
want
cut his
to
head off?
think that
Doesn't seem right to me.
That's definitely going in my part of the Edda. Hello, I'm Gisli, but you can just call me Erica's sister. Everyone does. Yes, my older brother, and the person you probably want to be speaking to right now. But really, since Torrig's death, Falk Firebeard wields the true power of the Jarl's court. My brother is nothing more than a pompous little fop. Oh, if you're looking for a good attitude, go see the bards. They'll fake it for you if nothing else. If you're looking for truth instead, see Noster. He's a good example of what life has to offer. And if you're just looking to feel good, go get some spiced wine from Yvette. But whatever you do, just leave me alone.
I fight with both blade
We'll speak
and
again
spell.
later, if we
You
must.
might say I'm equipped to handle nearly any threat. So, shall we talk price? The blade can be as lethal as the spell, but deadlier still is the one who wields both.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend. Well, as it turns out, I had a pet skeever when I was a boy, and he used to wink. They were smaller back then. People say there's a man wandering the streets near the Blue Palace. He seems distressed, but he's not making any sense. I've heard Jari Raz hanging around the Wells district, looking for new blood to hire. Magic. You're on the wrong side of Skyrim. You want Winterhold. That college there, they teach it. Otherwise, you can try the Jarl's Wizard. I wouldn't, though. Remember the Winking Skeever next time you're footsore.
Our hero claims a warrior's heart. I tell you, the Dragonborn comes. With a voice
I have no business with you. Leave me.
Believe the...
Being old's not so bad. Spare some...
I was the finest scout in the Legion once. Tracked down all the places in the wilds that were causing people trouble. Lost my helmet in one of the old caves. My pretty
Life just got worse after that. Kept losing things. So many things. So many things lost. What? You see a man falling on hard times, and you think he's been like that forever? I was there. I fought in the Great War. I was on the field in Anvil. When I was struck down, they left me. You understand? They left me for dead. I didn't leave them. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. It's best you leave me. Too many drinking games, too many bets, and I'm too old to ever raise the coin on my own. He's a stubborn oaf. I don't know what good it'll do. You should speak to my daughter, Yvette. She's the brains. Being old's not so bad. Daughter keeps me fed. My working days are done.
You were there. Most people head over to the Winking Skeever. If you're not interested in music or drink, you can at least talk to Corpulus. He can fill you in on any of the latest gossip. Perhaps, but necessary. My cousin Fura is somewhere out there in Skyrim right now, fighting Ulfric Stormcloak and his damned insurrectionists. She wouldn't have to be there at all if it weren't for Rodville. And my aunt wouldn't have to worry about her daughter. You really don't know? He lets Ulfric Stormcloak escape solitude. Ulfric rides in, murders the High King, and Rogvir lets him ride right back out. People to see and places to go.
If you're heading to the Bleed Palace, you might want to rethink that outfit. It's not an insult, just an observation. If I were walking around with a wound, I'd want you to tell me to see a doctor. Your outfit is something of an open wound where attire is concerned. Nothing at all. It's very nice. If you want something with a little more style, however, you should come by our shop, Radiant Raiment. We can fix you right up. You're really going to the Blue Palace. That presents an opportunity. If you are willing to wear one of Radiant Rament's outfits and speak to the Jarl, I would not only pay you, but let you keep the outfit. Good. Here's the outfit. Try to get Elisif's opinion on it, and if she likes it, mention it's from Radiant Raiment. Nothing at all. It's very nice. If you want something with a little more style, however, you should come by our shop, Radiant Raiment. We could fix you right up. Remember Radiant Raiment.
Got lots of things to take care of.
Attire.
What do you need?
New in town, right? Jarl Elisif the Fair. Poor woman. Losing her husband and king like that. It's a dark day for us all. Damn! That reminds me. I have a delivery to make to her steward, Falk Firebeard. He ordered a special bottle of Strass Mackay rum. Saved me a lot of trouble. Here. Take it to the Blue Palace. I showed up to watch, yeah. I don't know if they were right to execute him for what he did, but I'll tell you something. It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Listen, Rogvir and I grew up together. It was us, a few others, and Vivienne. Vivienne Otis. I have no idea why. One day I told Rogvir I liked her. Stupid Rogvir. He mocked me incessantly. From that point forward, every time Vivienne and I were anywhere close to each other, he made sure to humiliate me. He beat me up, dumped meat on my head, anything he could get away with. Once he even slipped a beehive into my bed. We were children, sure, but Rogvir never outgrew that immaturity or his cruelty. So any talk about him being an honorable Nord? Pure folly. Work in it, I own it. Well, okay. My father
rethink
but it's the family business, so it'll be mine when he kicks off.
Yes? It's easy to find things to sell. Things nobody will miss. Things from underground or just left lying around in someone's house. I bet the two of us are very alike. So why not take the next step? We can help each other. My sister Deja and I are treasure hunters. We like to collect things. I knew you looked like a clever one. With the war, many more ships come through these docks, loaded with weapons and pay, but few people, and they pass through dangerous waters. We have an interest in one of those boats, the Ice Runner. The Solitude Lighthouse will be guiding it in, but if its fire were to go out, the Ice Runner would run aground. What an interesting idea. I think if someone were to do something like that, there would definitely be a certain amount of loot to be shared. Yes, if someone were to put out the lighthouse fire and then meet me on the docks afterwards, I could certainly direct them to that loot. Turn me in? For what? What crime has been committed? I'm just making idle talk about what would most undoubtedly be a tragic event. A tragic and very, very profitable event. Don't worry about them. We'll make sure they wash up safe. Maybe they'll even pay us for their heroic rescue from their sad crash.
Cousin Vittoria Vici is getting married soon. The reception will be public. Anyone who saw
Lady A.
Welcome to the Bard's College. I'm the headmaster here. How may I help you? Always a pleasure to meet a prospective bard. You should be aware that many apply, but we accept very few.
Pardon me, but I trust you've been
When possible, we ask applicants to perform tasks the college needs completed.
I'm sure it will be fine.
In this case, I do have a task befitting an aspiring bard. Elisif has forbidden the burning of King Olaf, a festival put on by the Bard's College. We need to change her mind. To convince her, I want to read King Olaf's verse, a part of the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Unfortunately, the verse was lost long. Yes, according to Giraud, our history's keeper, the portion of the Edda dealing with King Olaf might still exist in Dead Man's Respite. I need you to retrieve the poem. Not much. As a bard, I find the whole affair depressing. There are no heroes in this war. If you want something a bard can dig into, look to the dragons. 1,000 years from now, Skyrim will have changed rulers dozens of times. But the return of the dragons, that story is once in an era. Elisif mourns her husband deeply, and she feels that a festival that burns a king in effigy is distasteful. I tried to convince her the festival is many centuries old and celebrates solitude, but I need proof. I believe King Olaf's verse will provide that proof. think Shiro here would give you the best explanation of both it and the history of King Olaf's verse. You should speak to them about it. Not much, to be honest. Their return was a shock to us all.
Hello, yes.
Sherrod Jermaine has some tomes about them in the library if you're interested.
Sending you after King Olaf's verse, then. That's good. You shouldn't leave it lying around now that I figured out where it is. The verse was Svaknir's contribution to the poetic edda, a living history of Skyrim. Each bard adds to the edda in his or her time. And a very ancient one. The verse criticized the reigning King Olaf. He was so incensed the bard was put to death, all the copies burned. At least, that's what we thought until I translated some ancient texts a year or so ago. We now believe King Olaf buried the truth with the bard. If I'm right, Svaknir and King Olaf's verse lie in Dead Men's Respite, along with the burial chamber of King Olaf himself.
I wish you luck in finding the verse.
Being a bard isn't just...
I'm Dean of Lute at the Bard's College, and no, I don't give private lessons.
Good evening. I'm Pantia Atia, the master vocalist.
No lollygagging.
That's some fine Imperial armor you've got there.
Please don't interrupt the court.
I swear to you, unnatural.
Please, don't interrupt the court.
Strange
don't
noises and
interrupt the
lights.
court.
We need someone to investigate.
Then we will immediately send out a legion to scour the cave and secure the town. Havengar's people will always be safe under
Your
my...
Eminence, my strongly suggested nothing in the area. Dragonbridge is under Imperial control. This is likely superstitious nonsense.
Perhaps a more tempered reaction might be called for?
Oh, yes, of course, you were right. Falk, tell Captain Aldous I said to assign a few extra soldiers to Dragonbridge.
Thank you, young Elisif. What about the cave?
I will have someone take care of the cave as well, Vargas. Rest easy. You're dismissed.
My duty is to keep the Jarl safe, not play nursemaid to your
If you have business, because that's what traitorous cowards do when they desire power. Ulfric coveted the High King's throne. He thought he deserved it more than Torrig. And so he came before my husband and he shouted with that terrible voice, like something out of a legend or a nightmare. When Ulfric unleashed such fury, my husband, he simply ceased to be. That is all I will say, for it grieves me to speak of it. Not yet, no. Although it is true my husband Torrig was the High King, and I am his widow, now is not the time to lay claim to such a title. This land is riven by war, and her people suffer for it. The Stormcloaks are a blight on Skyrim, and like any blight, must be purged. Only then will I take my rightful place as High Queen. A question I am all too familiar with. One my very Thanes ask often. They worry that Tullius is so focused on the war that he risks forgetting what's best for our people. The real irony is that, while General Tullius is certainly no Nord, the people of Skyrim would be lost without him. Trust is always difficult, especially for my people. Yet we must trust in Tullius's leadership. For what other choice do we have? Oh, I thought that matter was handled. I think Falk is taking care of that. Be well. Pray for Solitude and my husband.
Do you mind the Jarl's stew? All right, the rum. Thank you. Here, this is for you. That remains to be seen. By rights, she has a legitimate claim as High Queen of Skyrim. But we must have the support of the other Jarls for that claim to have any meaning. Should they accept her rule, we will have peace. Of course he does. What sort of a question? Maybe you've been listening to Eriker. There's been loose talk among some of the Thanes. You'll pay those rumors no. She may be young, but Elisif is the Jarl by right. And here in Skyrim, if nothing else, we respect the traditions of our fathers' fathers. You would do well to remember that. You mean the Dragon Bridge issue? I'll be honest with you. I was planning to let that go. Varnius is a bit jumpy at the best of times. There have been reports of weird happenings near Wolfskull Cave. Travelers disappearing, odd lights. I suspect wild animals, or perhaps bandits. I don't think it's worth our time with the war going on. But if you want to clear out the cave, I'll make sure you're repaid for your work. The cave has a bad history. Long ago, Potema the Wolf Queen used it for necromantic rituals. That's where it got the name. That was over 500 years ago. Nothing much down there now. But everyone's always convinced.
Be quick. I have little patience for mundane. I was a member of the court during the reign of Torig's father. It was Torig who appointed me to the position. I like to think I've aged well. I'm certainly wiser than I once was. I have no time or patience for a student. I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge. I was, to my shame. The whole court was in attendance. I've seen much in my time, but that was a gruesome day. Ulfric showed up at the Gates of Solitude, requesting an audience. We thought he was here to ask Torig to declare independence. By the time we realized Ulfric was here to challenge Torig, it was already too late. By Nord custom, once the challenge was issued in court, Torig had no choice but to accept. Had he not, Ulfric would have had cause to call a new moot and a new vote for High King. Torig had some martial training, of course, but it mattered little that day. When Ulfric's lips parted, when he unleashed the power of the Thune, that shout, that ancient and terrible tongue, ripped Torg asunder. Take care of yourself, and always remember, the world is ripe with people looking to spill your blood. Be quick. I have little patience for mundane concerns.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of meat.